Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right. Man, this morning, let's see what we got up here. Starting off with our low float scanner. Low floats, got our biggest mover up there in the micro floats at YCBD. YCBD does not look like it has any catalyst on today. Last time it received a catalyst was on the 8th. NCI, no catalyst. KPLT does have catalyst on today, so we will look into that one. What's going on there? Acon, no catalyst. WHLR, nothing. And WOK. Let's go to the higher floats. We have JZXN, JZXN up 78%. We'll look into that one. We have Beat back up here. Beat's been on the move. No catalyst on today though. PAVS, I don't really know what that is, but it's 4 cents, so I don't know how interesting that's going to be. No catalyst. BYSI has a catalyst. It says Beyond Spring announces ESMO Asia presentation of Plin. Oh my gosh, okay, so we'll read into that. Okay, so we got on watch, or the things that I'm going to research real quick and see if they deserve to be on watch. BYSI, KPLT, and JZXN. So let's get to it. Start off with well, I'm gonna start off with the biggest mover, JZXN, 64% up. Right, so let's first start and see where what that float is looking like. JZXN float of 1.38 million. Shares outstanding is 50 million. Copy that, put that in my notes. Go ahead. Insiders and institutions aren't really super heavy into this one. Let's go to its profile. And it looks like one of those Chinese names, though. It is out of the district of Hangzhou, China. Industry, auto truck dealerships with 33 employees. Okay. So let's go Copy. It's a consumer cyclical. Maybe blocked on today too on TOS. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna test it if it's blocked. But I will be seeing if it's any kind of for it to be auto and dealerships. I'm wondering is next week gonna be kind of hot for Tesla or something else, because usually when China comes out with something, it's it's almost like it's before the time of the thing that's gonna happen in America. So I'm gonna see if that's the way that this cycle is going next week. But this Chinese stock may be blocked. So let me see. Their description says that they engage in the sales of new energy batteries. That's a key word right there, batteries. So we'll see if anything else pops up with the word batteries or any kind of power deployment. It operates through two segments: proprietary product and resale of sourced equipment and accessories for third-party products. The company offers new energy batteries, including production, transportation, electric vehicles. There's a keyword that people like to see. So that EV. Including two-wheelers, three-wheelers, electric scooters, slow-speed vehicles. It also engages in new energy vehicle retail, new energy vehicle component sales, new energy vehicle battery sales. Okay, other keywords in here than electric vehicles and batteries. Now, oh, they have let's electric chargers. So it's EV in general, I guess. Chargers driven up. Okay. So um it was incorporated in 2019. It's based in the People's Republic of China. Okay. So I guarantee you this is blocked. But we got some good keywords for maybe a topic change on next week for EV. So that is what I'm going to be taking note on. And let me try to trade this, see if it blocks me. It is blocked. Yep. It is blocked. Okay. If it does go wild today, I think we can let me add, oh, this other thing I've been trying to use. I keep forgetting to use it though. Over here on ThinkLog. So ThinkLog topics. So these are my topics for 11/30, November 30th. I had put gold AI tokenization. Now we got two new topics. So let's go ahead and pop these in here. Topics, upcoming topics that could be receiving some interest. We're gonna put in here EV, batteries. Let's see. Let's actually go look on the front page news to see if we can collect any more topics that are kind of headlining right now. So let's see. A little euphoria as S&P 500 hits record. That's a good sign. The market setup looks a lot different since the index last closed at all-time high in October. Oracle made a 300 billion bet in OpenAI. Is paying the price. Yep, Oracle fell so much it was crazy. Broadcom stock slides after AI payoff falls. Goldman AI economic growth in fuel 12% earnings jump. Musk Mars mission adds risk to red hot SpaceX IPO. Disney Alliance is blueprint for AI content deals. China preps up to 7 billion boost for its chip sector. Okay, so again, that's front page right there. So 7 billion boost for China. I'm gonna take that right there as a possible idea. Morning, Senate. So right now I'm updating my the topics in my think log. Topics that we're seeing. We found EV batteries from China. So I'm wondering, are we going to see a trickle down effect into the US EV batteries? That's the first idea that I found. And then the next one is China prepares as much as 70 billion in chip sector incentives, right? Want to see if China is going to start popping up with more of these chip sector incentives and all of this stuff. and see if it trickles down to U.S. Companies as well in response. Let's go over here. Okay, so Oracle, .com. All right, most recent. So Russia's central bank sues Belgian financial institution as EU mulls using um, using Moscow's frozen assets. Backbox weight loss drug developers line up to tap a lucrative market as competition heats up for the weight loss. Okay. Pakistan allows Binance HTX to start process of applying for crypto exchange licenses. Analysis: Oracle stumble hits AI trade, but many remain bullish. Yeah, just because Oracle bet so much in ChatGPT does not mean the AI is still not at the top or leading the move. Morning, Danielle. Does not mean AI is at the top and not or not at the top and leading the move. Oil holds near lowest since October with surplus in focus. Three clear signs you retired too retire too soon. Okay, so let's see. Investors are worried about a bubble, which big tech stocks will be. But the thing is, Google isn't the one complaining. Google is still doing very well when it comes to that AI and Gemini and all of that. They may, a couple people may pull out of Google, but I think all of the smarter folks will actually stay in there because they have a much better system set up and they're not complaining about doing like a red alert or whatnot. So yeah, this morning let's go back over to the low floats. So what I was seeing, none of these low floats had any catalysts. In the higher floats though, we have this Chinese stock that is blocked on TOS JZXN, which is talking about EV and EV batteries, which is why I was updating my topics to kind of think about here and think log. Now I know you might not ever come over here or not even know that this is here, but in tools on TOS, they have a note place where you can create these think logs, and I've been using it just to kind of come over here, glimpse to the different topics that I've seen over the whatever, previous 10 entries, previous whatever. And I've been trying to take notes and see the trickle down effects through the US market in response to some of these other countries trying to make big moves. Because that I've seen that cycle over and over again. The US will do something, and then China will pop out and be like, oh, we're doing it too. And then China will do something, then the US will pop out, we're doing it too. So I'm looking for that trickle down effect around these topics. But anyway, back over here. So on our low flow scanner, what is sucking up all the, or I should name this micro flows, not really low flows. This is micro flows. Anything under 10 million is micro. But what's sucking up the volume over here, it looks to be, and that is green, really green, is YCB. And I see news, it says that YCB regains, and this is on it, December 8th, regains the NYSE NYSE compliance, which isn't great news. Then further back here, yeah, just not seeing a distribution partnership. Nothing strong here in the micro caps. I think I am gonna rename them micro caps though, so it make more sense to y'all. You do that. Micro caps. Micro personal over. So these are micro caps. This is what I'm looking for in pre-market. Micro caps. Okay. And then the other one would be like non-micro caps. Anything that's not a micro cap. Non-micro caps. Non-micro. That's anything like NVIDIA or higher floats than the other ones. Non-micros. There we go. Now it'll make more sense. Okay, so once I go over here to low floats, you'll see micro caps, and then I go to Higher flows, you'll see non-micro caps and JZXN. JZXN isn't even leading in volume. It has 4 million shares traded, but it is getting some attention. Just 4 million shares traded though. PAVs for some reason has 105 million with no catalyst on today. Let's see what's next in line. Next in line is KAVL, which is actually down 13%. So these ones that are falling are down. And also on the overall market NQ is down as well. So we can see it got really spicy yesterday. Look at these big drops in here. Actually, I don't know if this will be counted as spicy because if we look back, it's pretty flat in here. It kind of just tripped people up. Formed a zone, dropped like it was going to fail, popped all the way back up, and now it's just zoning around this 25,500. So it is what it is. And that's how the market has been this week, just kind of indecisive because of the rate cuts. Now that we got the rate cut news, people are the data that was from the shutdown is catching up as well, and we're coming to the end of the year. I think more and more people are getting more, an idea of where we're going. January is still going to be spicy because of healthcare, and to see if they're going to actually keep the old healthcare or push it on out for the new healthcare and all of that. So we will see how that goes. But it is what it is. We're going to play the market as it comes, play these catalysts as they come, and make some money. All right, so back over here, Beat is still up 18%. Now it has 6 million shares on it, and it is moving up once again to 252s. I think Long List of Errors had traded Beat. I don't know if he traded it yesterday, but it was just, I was looking for a place to get in. I was looking for a nice little dip, but it just never did break this trend. I was looking for some type of downtrend. Every time it came down here, popped up through there, came down here, popped up through there, came down here, popped up through here. And on this second one, I was like, I don't know if I want to enter here because it could easily fall back through here, and I just didn't want to catch that fall. So didn't end up trading Beats, but that one moved from, well, down here to 138 up here to 282s, and I was like, you know what? I find another opportunity. It is what it is. I like when I can find a uptrend and a downtrend before I enter. So I kind of know where it's fighting to, and I'm already in a pretty good position by the time we get there. So like I want to be in, I want to really be in before it starts making this move out, so it can be above my entry price, and then I can just trail that stop up. Because once I get to 15 cents, I'm trying to get 15 cents per trade. Once I get there, that's when my hard stop goes, and above that, I just let it ride. But on this one, it did not give me the opportunity to find the structure. It was just going up. So I was like, it is what it is. I'm cool. Okay. So let's go jump back over to the news real quick and see if we can find anything else or whatever. Google. Beat may still be running. Yeah, that's what I'm scared of. If it is still running, it's running on a 2-day-old catalyst, which was the heart attack monitor. And I would have expected if it was super hot, if it was super really parabolic, it would have broke this 282 and just ripped. Like, just ripped on up. But since it's been kind of so choppy around these 2s and 3s, it has me concerned about how long this little catalyst can stay alive. It is back above the ATR highs, 241s, and the ATR lows are down here at 181s. But I just feel that it is running out of gas. Getting further and further away from that day one catalyst. And what is this? JZXN coming on down. It went up to 11, coming on down. So just a little bit. Okay. Unless Beat comes out, did it have any more news? No more news. So yeah, the last news was back on the 10th or the 9th. I forgot. Something like that. But yeah, just man. It is what it is. Okay, let's review the trades. Since it is Friday, we'll review the trades for the month and all of that good stuff. Yesterday I really was looking for a trade. I was really itching for a trade because I kind of figured Friday was gonna be, kind of on the rocks. But it is what it is. I'm sitting here with my little 5 trades still, waiting to wrap up the month. We got half a month left though, so maybe if I can get 5 more trades, that'll be cool. Um, but just kind of just rocking slowly through the month, looking for those catalysts. And I really have only been on the catalysts that I've been deep diving, and that's it. So today is the 12th Friday. Seems like Tuesday has been the weaker day this month. I've avoided both of these Tuesdays because the catalyst wasn't strong, so I just didn't trade. But waiting to see what happens in these next 2 weeks and on into the end of the month. If I can get to the end of the month pretty strong, I really won't be worried that much about taking any big losses because I got a little cushion. But I don't want to end the year bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to come out of the year, nice and good because I've been just on these green months, just slowly adding to the account, being able to just take out a little bit, pay some bills here and there, add a little bit more, and it hasn't been too stressful because I've only been like, okay, well, if it doesn't have catalyst, I'm not gonna trade it. So I just been focused on that, but I have seen the other opportunities of those that just rip without catalyst. This just are ripping. So I'm like, you know what? I just have to be at ease with myself and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna opportunities are gonna come. If I'm consistently getting 15 cents per trade, as I size up, it's just gonna get even better, right? Because I mean, if I'm taking like 600 shares or 500 shares on 15 cents, and then I jump up to 1,000 shares on 15 cents, I'm gonna double the profit. So it is what it is. But if I can get that 30 cents though, I haven't had a 30-cent one this whole month. I don't think it's been super slow. I think I lied. I had a 98. No, that's not it. No, that's right. I haven't had a 30-cent winner this month. I had some last month and the month before, but no 30 cents this month. Not on Catalyst. Anyway, let's see if we can continue to play defense and offense at the same time. Nvidia, got over here Nvidia. Nvidia shares are trading higher as Reuters reported the company is evaluating increased production of its H200 AI chips. Okay, so the bottom of this one was 178 and it has moved up to 182. Nvidia making moves. I don't know how much of a move it's going to make with the market kind of chopping sideways. I'll be very careful on Friday with Nvidia. If the market is sideways like this on a Friday, I would believe it. I'd be like, yeah, it's going to be probably sideways all day. Probably see a shift next week. JZXN blocked trade or blocked ticker. So let me add that blocked trading on it. Blocked. I put block tickler. Block tick. All right. So yeah, I don't save that. Save it. Okay, there we go. All right. So let's see. Acon is up here. I'm not sure about Acon. I think I've seen it before, but these no catalyst stocks really just like I don't know where their gas is. Beats, is it still going up? Nope. Chopping around still. Okay. I understand it now. So how's y'all's trading weeks going? Y'all doing pretty good out here? No, in the markets. I know we've been doing these deep dives, researching everything, and hopefully it's been assisting you with not having a deep dive or whatnot. Because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. As far as oil and all of these things coming into the end of the year, still waiting for, I guess, the start of the whole Christmas rally. You know, we have like how many days to Christmas? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7-ish days. 8 days to Christmas. 8 days to Christmas. So 8 trading days. My bad. I'm counting trading days, not the weekends. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. About 13 days to Christmas. I'll be looking at the calendar, counting in trading days. But we'll see what happens if we get some kind of Christmas rally or not. But I'm here for it. I want to see some news drop that can take us to the moon. Maybe some better news on how consumers are behaving towards the Christmas season, especially with now the consumer data catching up from the shutdown. Okay, Dow rises, but NASDAQ slips as tech falls out of favor. Yep, kind of figured that. What is Bitcoin doing? Let me go look at Bitcoin too. Bitcoin looking better. Let's go over here to Bitcoin. So trading view is where I'm looking at to see this, but it's looking like it's holding up these levels. I thought it was going to come down a little bit more. I was going to end up adding around those 70s, but it did not. So it's holding up for now, which is good. And I think it definitely can do another run up over 100K and start holding 100K. But I already have my crypto position, so it can do whatever it wants to do. I'm pretty safe in all of them, so it is what it is. Okay, so let's go look at investors worried about this bubble.
Okay, so let's start with what people are most worried about.
Yeah, it's inflation. And they've been worried about inflation or tariffs or some combination therein all year for good reason. But that's the thing that is on their mind. It's on their mind because rising prices kind of fly in the face of the fact that the stock market keeps going up. If we're feeling not that great about our personal finances, how could things be so good in the stock market? I think we've all been asking ourselves that question as well. So they're a little bit worried about that. They're worried about bubbles, especially in their favorite stocks, but that hasn't stopped them. They've been relentless all year long.
Okay, that's what's so interesting to me. That to me is probably the most interesting finding of this study. They think that AI might be in a bubble, but they're still buying. Are they buying? Are they adding to positions, or are they just holding on?
Yeah, they've been buying and holding, and they've been buying and holding for years. And even in November, during that pullback, I was looking at the stacks, the Schwab activity report, they were buying aggressively the biggest stocks. And some of the biggest stocks we know were falling 15, 20, 25%. Their favorite stocks. We always ask them, what are your top 10 holdings? And we always ask them, what stock would you buy today and hold for the next 10 years? Guess what, Julie? It's the same stocks they've been buying and holding for the last 5 years, except for a couple of new additions. I mean, Palantir.
Most of that stuff has worked for them, right?
It's working, and they own a lot of it, so it's really hard for them to think about divorcing themselves from those positions and transferring into a different sector.
Okay, so we have like your word cloud of some of these.
Yes, stock cloud, I love it.
In stock cloud, NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft. I mean, the one that stands out to me actually is not doing as well as Berkshire, which was
Berkshire Hathaway.
I believe was on. Oh, this is the one they would hold for the next 10
buy
years.
and hold for the next 10, but the one they hold and own now, Berkshire Hathaway, is on that list. We know we have investors 18 to 80 on Investopedia, probably an older investor that's been getting into Berkshire over the years. Hard to think about breaking up with that stock if you've been an owner for a very long time, but we know the Buffett premium's been slipping a little bit since he announced his retirement back in May. That said, when you look at that list, it looks like the top of the S&P 500 or maybe the top of the NASDAQ 100 plus a couple financial stocks, and they are loyal to this group of stocks.
Now, you mentioned that there's a wide range of age, but I do wonder if it's the younger investors who are even if they're worried about the bubble, are still investing because they have a lot of their investing lives ahead of them. Is there a way of knowing that?
And we can break down the age demographics. We know where these people live, and we know how much they have to invest. So there's some of that, but there's also the fact that I think younger investors have gotten used to the fact that dips get recovered very quickly, and they should buy them. Otherwise, they're going to miss the opportunity to own a stock at a cheaper price. So they have watched that little mini dip correction, whatever you want to call it, in November, 5%. The snapback from that was one of the fastest in history. The bear market we had, obviously, during the pandemic, one of the fastest in history. So the cycles are moving quickly, and they don't want to be left out of gains.
Yes, although we know historically it doesn't always work out that way. But, to your point, it definitely has in more recent years. So to come back to what you said, if you look a year from now or a decade from now, what are going to be the winners? And how do you figure that out?
Well, we figure that out by looking at good old-fashioned things like balance sheet consistency, cash flow consistency, earnings consistency. What's the addressable market of that company? What's their proven track record of managing that business? Now, for instance, what Google did this year, I don't think people are talking about this enough. They brought back former CEOs and their founders to kind of reposition the company. They made strategic alliances with Apple, right? Keep your friends closer, your enemies closer. I think the company was sold off too soon in April when everybody decided that ChatGPT was going to take over the world and we weren't going to ever search again. To me, that was ridiculous. So that provided an opportunity. And then you take a look at the company itself with respect to what's going on with AI, but also its YouTube business. Its YouTube business is bigger than Netflix.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite sectors for the last decade has been communication services because of the cash, content, and consolidation. That's been our theme for 10 years. So we think that's going to continue. So Google, we think, will be a major winner going forward. We think Microsoft will continue to be a major winner going forward because the company has demonstrated from a cash flow and earnings perspective that it can get through this, but also it has the best technology, the best management team in terms of where they're going and with respect to having a track record in this. Amazon's another one because of their other business ventures, but also what they've done with AWS. Apple has more cash on the balance sheet than several international countries that people want to buy.
And you're not worried about some of the management changes and shakeups they've had there recently in terms of the AI chief leaving and some of those changes?
I'm not, because at the end of the day, that's what's really going to be driving things going forward in terms of the overall management. They'll find the right people to take care of that stuff. And it's not all about AI. Some of their other legacy businesses as well are going to do very well.
So that's the Magnificent Four then.
The Magnificent Four.
Well, I mean, or do you not how do you feel about NVIDIA?
We're owners of NVIDIA. We've owned NVIDIA in terms of our assets under advisement that we ran in our prior place that we'll continue to look at going forward since 2017, 2018. It's a stock that I also owned when it was a mid-cap name in the mid-2000s, so very familiar with Jensen as a manager, as a person, as a man in terms of how he's run that company. Amazing as a visionary. So at 8% or 7-8% of the S&P, it's exceedingly difficult to be overweight that name. So we've been, and on record in our published reports, we've been more neutral to underweight just because it's difficult. But I think we can make up our tracking error in being overweight some of those other names, and then also overlaying believing in Oracle and what's happening there longer term, and believing in names like Palo Alto. And so that's where we've been. I think that's where we're going to continue to be.
It's so nice to be able to talk specific stocks with
Isn't
you.
Isn't that great? It's fun.
Yes, this is a change. Thanks so much, Brian, for coming
in.
I appreciate it.
All right, so let's jump over here. YCBD up 107%, no catalyst, just regained compliance and all of that. So yeah, I don't know why it has 49 million shares traded. It is a micro float, but it's $1.30. Yeah, I just see what happens on that. Let me go over here to the daily chart on YCB and see what it looks like. So YCB, I guess these are marks from way back when because they're not marked correctly, but let's see. So was trading at 63 cents, popped up here to about 137, so right under this one. So this will be our peak. This is our outlier up here at 194s. So let me mark this up. Peak level 194. Daily level Then we can get rid of this and get rid of this. So we have a possible level at 160 that could be an issue. Not really a peak level, but a possible could be resistance. Okay, let's zoom back a little bit. Had a gap here. What's the bottom of this gap? 136. So that's pretty much where he hit. There's a gap right here. So let's mark both of these. So gap, this is the higher side of the gap, 136. Higher daily gap, and then the lower, I just duplicate, drag this down, low side of 118. All right. And let's jump over here and see how that's looking on our 1 minute. So we have a level up here, 194, that's the peak. Then we have a 160, 136 is the higher gap level, and then the lower gap level. Right now it's, whoops, this way. Right now it is in between this level, went up here and hit this 136, has this 117 to try to hold, but it has no catalyst. So it does have volume though, 54 million shares traded. Are these people trying to make their money back on the week? Who is this on YCB? And let's see who's holding as far as insiders versus institutions on YCBD. I don't know if any institutions would be holding this one, especially with it just regaining compliance for the NASDAQ, but we're going to see. Oh, let's see. Statistics. Looking like a float of 8.25 million shares outstanding, 8.92 million. Insiders, heavy on insiders over here. So 21% inside, well, heavier holdings by insiders, but not like a super heavy, not like 80% insiders. So that float is a low float, micro float. Let's go to the profile. Profile over here, it is healthcare, drug manufacturers, specialty, and generic. Has 42 employees out of North Carolina. Okay. So it's got produces and distributes cannabidiol. Oh, yeah. So cannabis products, CBD brands, blah blah blah. So chewables, topicals, consumables, or capsules, drink mixes, drink cans. So a bunch of cannabis type deals over there. So, and now it is pushing back off of this 137. It's got the 117 down there, and we'll see where it doesn't have any obvious levels below it though. So it really the next obvious level would be back to 84 cents, which is quite a bit of a fall from where it is now. So I'm thinking it's going to need to hold up here and just continue to doing what it's doing. Acon, on the other hand, is up here as well at a similar price, 127, up 61%, with almost 10 million shares traded now. Acon, let's look at its profile, AKAN. Again, no catalyst, so be careful if you let's see if this is a cannabis type. Nope, this is a, oh, this is cannabis based. So today looks like a cannabis is on the radar. Acon and YCBD, both cannabis stocks. Let's look at NCI. So both of those leaders are cannabis in the micro floats. This one, a Neo Concept International Solutions. Oh no, this is a Hong Kong based stock on NCI. It's only up 32%. So here's the chart. Okay. So yeah, cannabis is leading the day, it looks like, in the micro caps. Willer was real estate. KPLT. Okay. JZXN just continued to fade. It's blocked on TOS, so you know people see these Chinese stocks. They're pretty much assuming that they're blocked at this point. PAVS CGC, is that a cannabis? That's a cannabis stock. CGC on the higher floats with 5 million shares coming up here. So cannabis stocks, we got YCBD, we got Acon, and we got CGC up here. CGC does not have any catalyst for the day, but I mean it's on sentiment for these cannabis movers. Beat continue to jump around. And let's see, those cannabis ones are really looking hot. So they're not. So YCBD coming back down to this 117 level. This was the lower gap level that is popping off of right above this level. That's from 117 up to 123s. And now we're actually starting to get a little bit of structure on this chart. See the volume running in there, that blue bar. The point of control is all the way down here at 96 cents. It's at a 106 cents, right, or 106% right now. Volume coming in below that price level too, right there at the 127. So it had a big run up here at 129, but volume continues to pump lower. We have volume coming in at a lower price. We'll see if this lower price outweighs the higher price there at 129. If it does, it's probably going to be moving down a little bit here. That price was receding. Okay. A lot of trading going on right here at that 130 level. Still in between these two points. I'm gonna see if it wants to give up anything, but hey, looks like where people are right now, 62 million shares traded. $137 getting hit there. Let's see if it has a harsh pullback off that level. Still has this down here at 118. So nice little pop off of that level there at the 136. And now if it comes back down to this level, the 129, 130 level, will this volume pick up again? Or is it more shorts getting in on this now, on this move down? Threw a little wick down there. Seeing that volume come back up at that 126. Let's see if it claps to 126 here. Somebody wants it down there. Yep, 126. Let's see if it'll break it. 125s. Yep, 126 coming up. Yep, it's about to go down. It's about to go down, man. That's not good. So it's got, yeah, there it is, dropping through there. Got room down to this 117. I'm just looking over here at the volume accumulation on this volume profile. All right, so coming back to this 117-ish area, how close will it get? Will it be able to stay above it again? Okay, open new candle above this, so back a little bit. So right now our structure is kind of messed up because of this outlier. So the top is 138. So a new structure will be have to be built from that there. Coming up and testing this this level of the right under the 126 to see if it gets slapped in the mouth here at 126. 24, 2 cents away from 126. They're keeping their foot on it a little bit. That 126 tap if you can. Certify that there's some weakness here. Fives, 5. Really struggle at that level though. Let's jump over to Acon, see how it's doing. This is another cannabis stock. Hit a level up here of 131 itself. Low down there. Let's look at CGC. Well, this thing looks like a barcode. Don't like that. All right, well, if this is the best we got cannabis leading the day on today. Maybe there'll be some more or something else coming up with some catalyst, but it's Friday, so I'm not in super expectation for that. I'm thinking that Friday is just going to be a price action type trading day. So if you have a strategy strictly for price action, you know, getting in and out quick, this may be the day for you. But I say that as a grain of salt because it is the end of the week. The overall market is sitting flat, so it's not super bullish and not super bearish, and you may not get the trickle down from like a bigger cannabis stock, like Altria. Let me go actually check another cannabis stock. I think MO is one. Altria, I believe, and this doesn't have any kind of anything. It went up to the high of 59 yesterday. What's another bigger cannabis stock? This is $58. Man, that's one that I know. They sell like cigarettes and cannabis. I'm not sure. It is what it is. They had a little rip yesterday, and maybe that is the trickle down for today, but they did pretty much give back that profit. 58 up here to 59, and then back down to the regular level. All right, back over to YCB. Heavier trading coming in at an even lower price, 126, and now again trying to hold up this 118. So super tight range. Maybe you can get like 5-cent winners or something like that, or maybe less than that, 3-cent winners. JZXN just continue to go down to the graveyard. Beat hasn't made another move up. It's going flat as well. Okay. All right, let me jump over here to the news real quick just to get a refresher, and then I'm probably going to go ahead and close it on down. I got some work to do on Friday, so go make some money doing something else. All right, China's changing, I guess that's how you say that, Chang'an Automobile adds Italy and Spain to its Europe markets. Fed's Paulson says monetary policy still working to cool inflation. Silver heads for a weekly gain of about 10% in speculative surge. U.S. equity funds draw first weekly inflow in 3 weeks ahead of Fed easing. Global equity funds draw largest weekly inflow in 5 weeks. And then we saw this one earlier. All right. Not seeing anything else I really want to look. So yeah, Friday, I'm chilling out. I'm already green on the month, green on the week. Gonna definitely be taking these notes into next week. What we found today in my think log notes. We saw China EV batteries, and then we also see that China is preparing as much as 70 billion in chip sector incentives. So I'm thinking that chips could be very hot, or things that deliver materials to chip companies could be very hot. So I'm gonna be looking at that next week. And then the old stuff was gold, AI, and tokenization. So gold kind of died out, AI cycle kind of pootered out as well, and then tokenization also pootered out. So just taking into account the new things that are coming for the new cycles, and I want to continue to see these types of things, and so I can attack these types of tickers or stock. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We did our due diligence. We took our notes and all of that good stuff. And PAVS just, I mean, it's 4 cents. It's up 43%, but it has 266 million shares traded. So a lot of people playing with this on today. That's really where the eyes are. And I don't know why, because there is no catalyst or anything like that. Maybe it's on some type of, let me just check it real quick to see what sector it's in. PAVS. Avs. Paranovus Entertainment Technology. Last news looks like 6 days ago. Okay, so the float on this one is 6. Oh, that thing's heavy in the insiders. 89% in the insiders. Shares outstanding 66.72. So it is a low float, but those shares outstanding. Wow, that's a lot of shares outstanding for this one. Let's go to the profile and see what they do. 4 cents moving like that for what? This one's out of New York, New York. It is Paranovus Entertainment Technology Limited. Operates in the artificial intelligence, AI-powered entertainment industry. The company focuses on providing AI-driven games and applications. The company was formerly known as Happiness Development Group Limited and changed its name to Paranovus Entertainment Technology Limited in March 2023. Paranovus Entertainment Technology Limited was founded in 2004 and is based in New York, New York. This is consumer defensive packaged foods industry. Full-time employees 28 out of New York, New York. Okay. Well, you're gonna go for that one. I don't know how much meat is on that bone. It's been moving. It hasn't even left 4 cents. So it's been trading 4 cents this whole time, just within 4 cents. So, I mean, earlier today it went up to 5 cents, but I mean, you need to oversize so much on this that the risk just, I don't know if it's worth the reward to make money on this. You need 20,000, 40,000 shares on a 1 cent winner, 100,000 shares on a 1 cent winner. But anyway, that is it for me today. Just want to look into that real quick. That's where the majority of the people are sitting on the high floats or the non-micros. So yeah, interesting. And it looks like if that's going to be where people are, I'm good to go for the day. But yeah, that's it for me. And as always, see you all in the next one. Peace.